Everybody know, run and 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 run around the town. Run and run and run and run and run like a marathon.
Good morning to you, Johnny. Good morning. It's Cole Studio One, and we are coming to you from a very wet capital city, Kingstown. As a matter of fact, we had some showers on and off for the course of the morning, and we are getting ready now to have some more of the mass across the stage. The old mass, we call it. Old mass, yes, traditional Jouvert. And Lennox is back with me. Lennox, did you get some sleep? Did you get any sleep?
Nah, we don't do the sleep business. So
yes, I think our entire team pulled an all-nighter. We've been here since about, we came back here about 5:30. And we've been waiting, and finally we're getting the show on the road. Just a while ago we had someone who was in dressed as a virus.
A virus, a balloon, the balloon type looking virus with all the whatever it is at the end sticking out in green and red.
All the spores.
Right, and then we have spores, right, and then we have Dr. Chook on stage, and now we have a presentation
of COVID crew. The COVID crew, they are dressed in all white, and one of the player appears to be trying to resuscitate.
Right, in the emergency room actually. And they're trying desperately to resuscitate someone. They're frantically looking to bring this person back to life. But they're giving him now the, what is that called? When they compress the chest to
applying some life-saving techniques, it appears.
Absolutely.
To a COVID patient. I'm not sure if that's a wise thing to do. Appears to be a COVID patient. There's a COVID unit.
I hope they're probably trained more, because the pressure I see they're exerting there.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. And interestingly though, although it's been raining, as by the time we started here, the crowd has built up.
Yes, in a matter of a few minutes, we had a fairly decent crowd building up. As a matter of fact, folks are lined in front of the stage now with their mobile phones out, taking pictures, etc. And we went from an absolutely empty venue about 15 minutes ago to one that is slowly building up. Not much to see, I must say, Lennox. Normally we'll see the entire area here queued with folks getting ready to go on stage. But a very small group so far. We don't know if the others are somewhere nearby. And they're using the stage.
They're very much so. But this is the first crew. I believe this is a crew from the hospital, you know. It's the COVID crew is the name, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 players. And I think they're playing both individual and they're playing collectively as a group called the COVID crew. But just what you would expect, emergency operations during the heart of the pandemic, and you have doctors, nurses, and everybody frantically trying to save another life, as we know we lost so many lives in time of COVID.
Yes, and Lennox, what they're looking for, the judges, and I'll tell you who the judges are in a bit. They're looking for visual impact for 30 points, creativity, authenticity, 40 points, mass on the move, 40 points, and presentation, 20 points. So that's what the point system looks like for the judging. And we have the judges making their notes as we speak. This was a very large prop to get it on, a very difficult one to get on and off the stage. It's actually one of those, I don't know what you call it, one of those literal hospital beds. And it's very, very heavy. I see all 7 of them, or 4 of them now, 5 of them chipping in to see if they can lift it off the stage. And it was a bit of a task getting it on the stage, up the steps, but they seem to be getting it through quite well.
It is obviously not one that is used right now, so I don't want anybody thinking that they borrowed one from the hospital.
But we're waiting.
Happening. There have been a lot of rain, but a lot of people on the streets of Jouvert, even as we speak.
Yes.
And there's no sign of them running out of rain or anything.
Well, the rain is not this morning, and folks are enjoying themselves with the truck still going around Kingston. We have another presentation on stage at the moment. I think they're facing the cameras at the moment. And we welcome on board VC3, who is with us as well, the viewers on VC3 television. as we bring to you live coverage of Jouvert Old Mass, as we call it, a traditional mass from the streets of Kingstown, just outside of the Central Market. And more and more folks are stopping by to see what's happening.
And we just confirming that the entire group that you're seeing on stage is really a group of nurses.
Interesting.
So even
So
the
the
nurses
actual
know how to
nurses.
play. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Just to give you the judges, we're waiting to see when they turn around this piece. Okay, they're turning it around. There's still 4 members of the COVID crew with the all white outfits. What do you call this again? What do you call these outfits, Lennox? They call these personal protection gear. Yes, PPE.
Yes.
They have their PPE suit on, and including their face shield. Well, at least one of them has on a face shield, and the 2 of them actually. And it is.
So it's a fun way to start.
It is.
And very energetic, and you won't believe the excitement on stage playing these things. And
Yes, COVID people. I think you said the name of them COVID people.
them
The
COVID.
group
Yes, them
health
COVID
workers.
people. And them COVID people just did their
It's the name of
presentation.
It's the name of the portrayal.
Yes, them
And
COVID people.
Done by the COVID crew. And I was told that's a group of nurses from the hospital. So
Interesting. Them COVID people. Another member from that group, and I believe Lennox, who's on stage now. Them COVID people. This portrayal, the
I guess
masquerade
they're
is
going to bring
outfit.
back everybody on stage.
Oh, they're gonna. Okay,
Yes.
everybody's going to come back on stage now.
Yes.
Them COVID people. Some of them came a while ago, but
I don't think they're going to lift back the.
well, that would be a
person.
difficult one to lift that entire bed back on stage. So all of the other masqueraders, which includes some actual nurses, I think they're lifting the patient.
He's lifting the patient.
So what they've done
off
is
the
lift
bed
the patient out,
and onto the.
and they have lifted the patient out of the bed and letting him or her enjoy a bit of the stage action.
And let them enjoy a bit of the carnival, COVID or not.
COVID or not, they're
Yes.
enjoying themselves.
Yes.
Some dark clouds hanging around again, Lennox. Hopefully it doesn't rain at this time.
Hopefully, but I'm so happy that we kicked off, and hopefully now we're going to go straight through. Even a little drizzle here and there, hope maybe it should not stop it. But we are here, and we are doing what we do best on Jouvert Morning,
Yes.
which is be here with NBC Radio, bringing to you the fun, all the humor, and the humorous portrayals
Them COVID people.
of serious issues in most cases.
The judges for this morning, Asbert Williams, Cecil Blazer Williams, and Jomo Francis. And they're taking very copious notes as we go along and filling in the boxes. The judges this morning are looking for some very specific things. Visual impact, 30 points. Creativity, authenticity, 40 points. Mass on the move, 10 points. Presentation, 20 points. That's the idea. That's what they are looking for this morning. Not the usual large turnout. Well, Lennox realized that we've built up quite a queue behind us.
Oh, right.
We didn't
Yes,
even see
correct.
that. Yeah, we didn't see that coming
Correct,
at all.
yes.
So they've been there. There's one individual on stage at the moment with them. We're just going to see what the card says. So as he...
And everything done, Lennon.
Yes.
We're trying...
We just
The
confirmed.
ball has gotten away.
Just confirming that in the group that just went, the COVID people, you have nurses, male attendants, and so on, but everybody from the hospital commission.
And they were certainly enjoying themselves, Lennox. We outside, dog exposed, cat exposed, and he has some tennis balls in his hand. He said that
Balls exposed,
those are
cat exposed,
as well.
and that's the very famous face and body of Joel Poyer,
Yes.
who has been playing Old Mass for donkeys years.
And you know what this is about, right? You know the song that was performed by Sule last night.
We outside.
We outside. So he said everything is outside.
Everything exposed.
Everything is exposed. And if you relate it to the
We
song,
outside, dog exposed, cat exposed, balls exposed.
dangling in the air.
Dangling in the air.
I know Johnny is having a nice little chuckle right now.
Yes.
But Poya arrived not too long ago and said he really wanted to be a part of it, and I mean that's what Old Mass is about.
Exactly.
You can show up, register, and you're on stage and take part.
Yes. Where did the idea come from, Joel?
Huh?
Where the idea came from this?
The idea? From my song man, Sule.
From his song Mansule. Yes,
And
we
I
figured that.
I asked him a question that I knew the answer for because I know of his relationship with Sule.
Right. Great stuff. As we get ready for the next group, we're gonna give them some space, Lennox, so that they can come through. Because we're making sure that we have a prime spot here for our signal as well.
Yes.
But live coverage brought to you on NBC with the good wishes of the National Lotteries Authority, C.K. Graves and Company Limited, the Carnival Development Corporation, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., and of course our good friends at VJ's. VJ's is still open. They have some great stuff for you, and it's not too late to check them out. They're adding fresh food as it's being sold at the moment. Last check-in with them, they still had lots of stuff available for you on the menu. The breakfast menu is still very much running at VJ's from since 3
I'm
this morning.
laughing. I'm really killing myself with laugh. I see some.
You're reading some of the.
I'm
okay.
reading some of the things that
Piggy
come on
bank.
stage. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
And you have to be careful how you read some of these things because we wouldn't want
This is certainly a part of the carnival that is so much fun and so enjoyable that you don't want it to die. And clearly, what we're seeing this morning, the crowd coming out, they're demonstrating that they want this thing to continue to be an important part of the carnival in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
So we're making way for the next set of presentations now. I think we're having a guest performance.
Yes, we have a lady.
So I think we should be able to get that audio, right, Javid? If we are, let's go stateside.
Fight our battles and conquer. A warrior defending our truth. Through the roughest of time, we held it together. We are the backbone. From motherhood to CEO, prime ministers to presidents. Strength to strength, we will grow. Woman, ambitious and confident. Me, I'm utterly prime minister of our country. Woman, empowering woman. Oprah Winfrey created a legacy. Woman, empowering woman. And our own Rene Baptiste can be mentioned among the greatest for her contribution, culture and justice. She has been a stalwart in politics. I'm telling you, rise, woman, take your prize, woman, woman, empowering woman. Show your class, woman. You are class, woman. Woman, woman. You are the foundation, yeah. Truly a champion, yeah. Woman, woman. fail. Mother duties are missionary of charities all over. Woman, empowering woman. Miss Rosa Parks for civil rights played her part. Woman, empowering woman. Our Governor General Dame Susan Duggan, a great inspiration for Vincentian woman. Miss Chitnock Makiza must be mentioned for her role in the media, educated this whole nation. I'm telling you, rights woman, take your rights woman, woman, empowering woman. Show your class woman, you are boss woman, 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 you are the foundation, yeah. Truly a champion, yeah. Woman, woman. Is this woman contribution? It's second to none in the Caribbean. I'll share a few examples here in this country. I salute all boss ladies. Veronica John started VJs in Paul's Avenue, 77. Then XL to VJs rooftop, continued success with VJs downtown. Julia Richardson, boss lady in management. Woman, empowering woman. Miss Gwendolyn Russell, magnificent lady. Woman, empowering woman. She always lend a hand to the afflicted ones. Serve as commissioner on the children welfare fund. Also serve as commissioner on local girl guides. A perfect example, powerful woman. I'm begging you, rise woman, take your prize woman, woman, empowering woman. Show your class woman, you are boss woman, 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 you are the foundation, yeah. Truly a champion, yeah. Woman, 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 woman. This song is dedicated to women all over the world who has made positive contribution in society. Not forgetting my country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I salute.
The voice there of Lady D, Denise Stevens, woman, empowering women. And that one Lennox got quite a lot of airplay, and she was on the big stage with that particular track.
And she did very, very well. As you said, she got a lot of airplay, and Denise is back and with a really, really strong song, and someone who is committed to the Calypso art form. And I've been in the culture of struggle when it comes to women participation in Calypso, and not letting go at all.
But this morning it's traditional mass, Jouvert mass here in Kingstown. The other Jouvert bands, the trucks are still going around Kingstown. They've passed our point for now, but they're still going around town as we speak. But we are located just outside of the Central Market, Market Square as we call it, as we get ready for the next group. I'm not sure if this is the Green Hill contingent, Lennox.
Oh, yes, the next artist is Colette who had a very good run this year as well. Didn't make it to the finals, but had a very good run.
All right, so we're having another performance before we go to the next Jouvert Band. But just to let you know, we are coming to you with the good wishes of the National Lotteries Authority, CK Graves and Company Limited, CDC, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., and VJs or refreshments provided this morning, of course, by VJs and by our friends at Careers Distribution Limited. Colette Shund is on stage, and we take in a performance at this time. So I think she's waiting for her song track. The DJ is sorting that out at the moment. And as that is sorted, all right, they're just making sure that we can hear the track. I think she's just been giving some technical guidance to the sound guys in the back. Well, welcome on board those who are viewing by way of VC Television Channel 114, those who are also viewing online at various social media platforms of NBC Radio and VC3. And I believe Colette is ready. Let's see if they have her music. Yes, here we go.
How much for her bags? Them a grown. When the farmer say how much for his hands? Them a grown. No disrespect, I'm speaking free. These are the things I hate to see. When conducting business, everyone should know. Compensate for services. Compensate for all the things you get. Calculate, don't you be deceitful. Compensate, settle all your debts. Oh! Lie, 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 avoid tricksters who promise tomorrow. As one bill clear, they're ready to borrow. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 months will pass. To get back your lend becomes a task. Every time is a new situation. Generosity turn into confusion. When you ask why it's taking so long to pay back on time, that was the plan. Them are grown. Let everyone live life honestly. Alone is a bill, not charity. When conducting business, everyone should know. Compensate for services. Compensate for all the things you get. Calculate, don't you be deceitful. Compensate, settle all your debts. So in times like this, you really have to wonder who believe you don't need payment, just expect. This ain't 19 something, so respect is due across the board. You treat me big and think a small. For a fair price, one size fits all. Refuse to sit where others can't stand. Don't let them beat around like bun pan. Don't turn right in domino. Professional views, the amateur. When conducting business, everyone should know. Compensate for services. Compensate for all the things you you get. Calculate, don't you be deceitful. Compensate, settle all your debts. Money run, money power. Play around, it will get sour. Gone far too late. Love this life, don't mess around. Pay your dues forward and have no regret. Compensate the services. Compensate for all the things you get. Calculate, don't you be deceitful. Compensate, settle all your debts. Thank you.
Very much, collection.
That was Colette Shun, Compensate.
An excellent song. A young lady who is very, very talented. She's a singer, she's a composer, she's a musician, and making the impact here at Vincymas. So, Calvin, we just run into some folks.
Yes, friends here. We just very special friends from Trinidad and Tobago, I understand, Lennox.
Yes, some very special friends from Trinidad and Tobago. This guy here is the famous Pancho, who has arguably the most known restaurant in Port of Spain. And Pancho, welcome to St. Vincent, you and your beautiful wife. And there is Simon, Karen Bokan, and these guys do take care of us when we go to Trinidad. They are our friends. They are the friends of Vincymas. And Simon, what has your experience been like at Vincymas?
Well, first of all, let me thank Mr. Ambrose and his crew for having us here in St. Vincent. It's my first visit to St. Vincent, and I could tell you I am extremely, extremely impressed. It is the first and not the last visit, and I could tell you when I get back to Trinidad, I'm going to let Trinidadians know who have never been to St. Vincent. They are missing something that is fantastic. When I say fantastic, the hospitality of the people is great, the food is awesome, the beach is incredibly awesome, and I don't think we could have experienced something better than that. I think I've chosen the right time to come to St. Vincent for St. Vincent's Carnival. And as I said, when I get back to Trinidad, I am going to let some of my friends know that they have to visit St. Vincent because I love the hospitality of the people. It's great. When I say great, I mean great.
Man, we love having you too. You know how it is. We are all one family. Pancho, tell the people who Pancho really is.
No, you do it. I don't speak.
You don't speak? Pancho, he doesn't speak, but as I said before, Pancho has easily one of the most known restaurants. Yes.
Yes.
So we have on stage now.
Yes, we take you into Mashi, who is into his performance. And there, yes, let's go stateside.
Can't even buy a cake or soup. Don't mention full cream and Quaker soup. All she can do is to kneel and hoop. The crime rate ain't right no more. The woman said to liquor. Somewhere in Green Hill, a man came and trust some cat from she, and he who instill the cocktail she no bother with that. The man love cat, so he must come back. The cock himself began to eat. Licking it tongue balling, she cat me sweet. Before she go to sleep, she had to sell some cats all up Middle Street. She had to sell some cats to pay the full bill. She had to sell some cats to get a prescription fill. She still have to sell some cat. Yeah, cat ball in it. Yeah, cat ball in it. Yeah, cat ball in it. While food prices keep getting higher, no one hear her cry. She said only the rich and famous, them alone can buy. don't get you to vote. They don't care whether you sing or flute. They only concerned about wandering. Take a good look at the board. One night about 12 o'clock, traveling up the hill, she was hanging out at the corner, flying her trade still. I decide to make it black and come back. Have it in mind to purchase some cats. All them policemen and the beat, buy out all the cat and grin in their teeth. Before she go to sleep, she had to sell some cats for her kids to eat. She had to sell some cats all up Middle Street. She had to sell some cats. While so go to sip and crop, the girl have to sell some. I so you love it, man. She said even to see the doctor, it does make she cry. To purchase prescribed medication, it's cheaper to die. Applying her trade is the only hope. Drug pushers continues to push them. The present system is taking us straight to the funeral home. This is no lie, it's a fact. All her monthly bills, they continues to attract arrest higher than the hills. When utilities launch their attack, to disconnect there's no holding back. The poor ones can buy things to eat because of flying or trade on the street. A job she went to seek, she had to sell some cats 7 days a week. She had to sell some cats for the water bill. She had to sell some cats. This system designed to kill. She still have to sell some cats. Yeah. Thank you.
That's the man. Very humorous Calypsonian. Has won the title
One
on
from the
many
humorous
occasions, and
category,
this
as the MC says there, Mashi, with a number there. And as we remind you of our sponsors this morning, National Lotteries Authority, CK Graves and Company Limited, CDC, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc. and VJs. And of course, this morning we were provided breakfast compliments, VJs, and they still have some great stuff for you down there. I'm pretty sure they still have some bakes and codfish and some buljo and some whelks and conch and all those things. Yeah, a bit of everything. It's been selling quickly, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot where that came from. I am seeing now, Lennox, another band queuing up here. Is it that we'll have... Oh, this is interesting. We're having some new arrivals.
Yes, I think this is a group from New York.
Okay, I don't think your mic is on, Lennox. Right, I believe this is a group from New York, so we're going to just check on that. But this is Jouvert, and not just the Jouvert that you might think it is Old Mass Jouvert on the streets of Kingstown, and specifically crossing the stage at the area you know as Market Square, just outside of the Central Market in Kingstown. Some players just came with their umbrellas with some very shiny detail things there. What do you call these? Stringers? Let me just make sure that your mic is okay. Go ahead.
This is the SVG Connect group, and they are playing this morning. The name of the total patrol is called Dingole. So
Dingole.
SVG Connect, Dingole.
Right.
And this group usually has predominantly persons coming in from the diaspora, mainly New York, but also cover some other areas outside, but predominantly from the diaspora. And they are here almost every year. Even when they don't group like this every year, they have 1 or 2 individuals playing. And Werner Arter is, I think, the leader of this group. So SVG Connect playing Dingole, and I think you're going to have a lot of Dingole on stage this morning, because already
Quite a lot of guest performance this morning,
yes, yes.
Is it that we're waiting for some of those who are playing to arrive, maybe?
Yeah, but I also think is that they were hoping for an earlier start, and they could have gotten in these guest performances, but at the same time they are used as nice fillers between the groups coming on stage.
so we are getting ready for another of the Jouvert bands. This one is out of predominantly New York. Vincymas based in New York, from what you looks, and they are making their presence known. A very large group, very large group
indeed.
And you can tell by their signature umbrellas that they are here to enjoy themselves as well. And while they're here, they'll be crossing the stage as soon as their cue is given. There's a soca artist on stage now doing a performance, and soon and very soon we expect to have the other individuals and groups crossing the stage. But as we await that and we let you know what's happening, we say thanks to our sponsors once more: National Lottery, CK Graves, CDC, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., makers of the brand new Zest Cola, and our friends at VJ's, who also provided us with breakfast this morning. Some great stuff from VJ's. Check them out as you are around Kingstown. I'm pretty sure they'll be open a little later, close to lunchtime as well, for those who want to grab some lunch. They've been open since 3 this morning, and you can stop by and grab something from them. Lennox, we seem to have quite a lineup now that we've waited a few more minutes. We have more people arriving.
Absolutely, and this is really a good sign, and I'm loving this, because this is why we do this every year, to make sure this aspect of the culture that doesn't die. And the participation, especially from the diaspora, in this program is usually quite good and encouraging, and people, you can see just by looking at this SVG Connect that there's been some thought and some preparation for this event.
Yes, so a couple of the soca artists are now on stage. I believe there's another performer who's coming up now. And Lennox, maybe we could take this one in as we await the... Yes, we take this one in as we wait the next appearance. Groups and individuals on stage here at Jouvert Old Mass, traditional mass at the Market Square in Kingstown.
Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Sweet like a Julie mango. I just want to taste and jam you. I don't want to wine and jam grow. So come, let me slam the bamboo and hear what she have a man do. I don't really care, I have to wind up like a crazy wacko. She mad watching wait, Mako. Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Oh gosh, come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Hey, baby, just shake it for me. Damage your back for sure. Your smile is so damn pretty. Bumper shake on the road. I love the feeling that you're making me just want some more. Give you 100 grand, gal. I'll take you on a tour. Come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Oh gosh, come here, my baby. Come, let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. So I love my Trini women and I love my Bajan girls. Don't talk about my Vincy beauties, they are Caribbean pearls. Bumper it big and fat, pretty face hair with curls. Come to the islands now, know you will love both worlds. Come where my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Oh gosh, come here my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you white and you look the tightest. Sweet like a Julie mango, I just want to taste and jam you. I don't want to wine and jam girl. So come let me slam the bamboo and hear what she have a man too. I don't really care, I have to wind up like a crazy wacko. She man watching wait, Mako. Come here my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look the tightest. Come here my baby, come let me show you niceness. Caribbean queen, you whine and you look
Yeah.
like this. Sweet
Still I
like a
remember.
Julie Mango.
That was New
I just
Culture. That was my
wanna
boy
taste
Kenny
the
Montana.
I don't
Okay,
want no
people,
wine and jungle.
without
So
any
come let me
sticking.
slam the bamboo. And here was she
Yeah,
am
we're
from
gonna
London.
have
I
50
don't
Connect.
really care, I have to
Vincymas living in America with the band name Dingley. Let's get ready.
Come here, my baby.
One time.
Come let me show you niceness. Caribbean
Vincy
queen, you whine
Connect.
and you look neat like this. Come
Dingley.
here, my baby. Come let me show you niceness.
Are you ready?
Caribbean queen, you whine and you look neat like this.
Lennox, I think the call is now being made for Vincy Connect, Dingole, as we mentioned, and the music track has changed, and I think they're about to enter the stage now. I'm not sure, maybe that was, well, that was the intention, but the artist went ahead with his performance. I think he was being signaled to hold on that for now, as the judges were really ready for the next group to come on stage. So a bit of a mix-up there, because the group was about to come up on the stage, and then the signal was for the performer to hold, but he proceeded, and he's doing his performance. Lennox, we've seen a dramatic increase in the number of persons looking on from since we started. We started about, what, 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago? About half an hour ago? Right. Okay, just making sure you can hear me there. Right, you can hear me now? Yes. Great.
So we have it on stage Vincy Connect, and their portrayal is called Dingole.
So Dingole is the next group to cross the stage. A bit of a delay in getting the next one up. Quite a number of guest performances that filled in there, and I think folks were anticipating more of the mass to cross the stage by now. The lag certainly generated a bit of uneasiness in the front there, because folks came to look at the whole mass, and they had to wait through a couple guest performances to get it in. But yes, they're here patiently waiting for their opportunity. That is Vincy Connect. Vincy Connection, is it called?
Vincy Connection. SVG Connection.
SVG Connection. SVG Connect.
SVG Connect, yes.
SVG Connect. So that's the group for folks from the diaspora, predominantly from New York. The Vincentians based in New York are here as part of this group. And the streets are relatively quiet otherwise, Lennox. I don't know if the trucks are pulled off.
I think a lot of the action has gone up the
on
road.
the other side of Kingston.
And I can assure you that up the street is buzzing. There are 3 or 4 bands pass up the street, including some steel bands that I saw this morning. And again, it's always great to have steel bands out on Jouvert morning, because a lot of people look forward to those, to the steel bands.
All right, so it seems as though they're just trying to get some logistics cleared up on the sidelines here, as we're expecting the SVG Connect group to come up on stage. I'm not sure if it is that they are jumping ahead of the queue, because I see some other groups are here also waiting for their queue, and the DJ has pretty much stopped the music momentarily while that issue is cleared up, I believe. But I see the judges are now switching their sheets, which means that they are ready for the next group to be judged, and we're taking a bit longer than expected to get them across the stage.
And those judges are Asbert Williams, Cecil Blazer Williams, and Jamora Francis, who have to navigate through a very difficult period.
All right, so I believe if this group is not ready, they'll call the next one, because there's a bit of a mix-up there as to who should take the stage next. But let's hope they resolve that. So we started very late this morning, and it would be unfortunate if we have a further delay.
They're on the stage now anyway.
But they're on stage now. They've taken their cue, and they're on stage now. The SVG Connect group. How many would you estimate is in this, Lennox? How many?
I am certainly seeing about 25 to 30.
About 25 to 30, yes. That's around the number I would say as well.
Yeah.
It's not a very big stage, so I do hope that it can handle the jump up and the yes. But the entire group is coming on stage now, and they'll take up pretty much most, if not all, of the stage. as they do so, comprising of primarily women, well, mostly women, just a few gentlemen in there, not many, maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, just about 2 or 3 men I'm seeing there. It's mostly women.
Mainly women.
And
almost
this group is-
exclusively
Well,
women.
I think this is more than 30.
Yes.
And there was some in the back that we didn't see. This is closer to probably 40. Because they're filling up the stage, and there's still a few more in the back there. Some wearing some sombreros as well that we didn't see earlier. But they're taking up the full stage. The entire group is on stage at the moment in front of the judges, and they're enjoying every bit of their time on stage. I see this group, the gentlemen are wearing sombreros and what do you call these again? Lennox?
Suspenders.
Suspenders. Yeah.
Suspenders and
suspenders and some
broad
short pants.
hats, and
Some wearing sombreros, others wearing some broad hats otherwise.
some with a cigar. Well, I think I have to reserve. I think we have much more than 25, 30 now. We're looking more like 50
This
persons
is
on
looking more like
stage.
50, Lennox. We didn't see those gentlemen in the back because we were
Exactly.
saying mostly it's females, but we didn't see those. They were behind the speaker coming. The speakers were blocking our view.
And they're certainly well prepared this morning because with the umbrellas for the rain.
Prepared, well prepared.
So I'm sure the rain not going to trouble them, but there's excitement on stage. They're having fun. The stage is probably, we need a bigger stage for these folks, Calvin.
Yes.
But they're having fun, and why not? This is Carnival in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and you are listening to NBC Radio, the
And-
#1 station, and
Yes.
VC3.
And those of you in VC3, just over 400 looking at our live stream now via the VC3 platform and across NBC's page as well. So NBC3 looking live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. We're seeing your comments as well. A couple of persons there saying hello, and we appreciate your feedback as we bring to you this coverage this morning. So Lennox, this group, a very large one, but that's not preventing them from having their fun on stage.
At all. At
Hopefully
all.
the judges were able to see, the individuals and the uniqueness of their, because there's something different about all of them. As much as it's a large group, some have different colors, others have different.
And this is why this function, this activity is so important, because so many persons come home. They come home sometimes to play Jouvert.
Indeed. And Jouvert, they tend to enjoy most, at least those who come to play this particular type of Jouvert, the traditional mass.
I'm also pleased to see some young people, a lot of young people in the crowd, taking this all in, and hopefully will be part of the sustaining effort of things like Jouvert.
Yes, and as it takes a bit of time for this large group to come off the stage, we just
Large group
them
it
to
is
do so.
indeed. We have well over 50 persons here
Yes,
on
man,
stage.
well over 50, and it's much bigger than we thought it was. They were crowded behind the speakers, and that's why we didn't see the second part of the group. But they've left the stage, and some of the familiar faces, Lennox, the Cess Mackey and the other familiar faces are gathered just behind us. The Green Hill Sports
Cess and his
Club.
Juve Fanatics group.
Juve Fanatics, of course. What would be traditional mass is not traditional mass without Juve Fanatics, right?
Absolutely. And I went through, I had a sneak peek, a little peep at some of the placards and the portrayals, and I can tell you they are humorous. They are certainly
Yes.
humorous.
I did observe a few of them, and when they get on stage, we tell you all about them.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm sure it will be quite to the delight of those who are front and center and front stage, and those who are viewing by way of the live stream, because they can see what is on the cards as well, and they have just as much a front row seat, a front row. They have just as much a front row space as those who are physically here.
Exactly.
The power of technology. And we have next group. We're getting ready for the next group on stage. I believe Juve Fanatics would be the next group that would come on stage. Hopefully. I'm seeing someone with a placard, Carnival Flavor.
I think this is
an individual, isn't it? I believe this is an individual. We're not sure. As of course, Jouvert registration is done at a very short notice, so sometimes we don't get the information. But we're going to try to find that out for you as we remind you of the coverage here on NBC and VC3, brought to you with the good wishes of the National Lotteries Authority, CK Graves and Company Limited, the Carnival Development Corporation, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc. and VJs, and refreshments for the team compliments VJs and Carrez Distribution Limited. Well, it appears that presentation wasn't quite ready at the stage. I just saw a signal from the judges to hold for a bit. I'm not sure what is it that seemed to be creating a bit of a mix-up here this morning. Let's hope that things get ironed out so that the judges can focus on what needs to be judged here this morning. Very late start and a bit of a chaotic start to things. Let's hope that things improve.
So that's the Fitzhughes drama group.
Fitzhughes, okay.
That person is from the Fitzhughes drama group who just came on, and we thought we were going to have Jouvert Fanatics, but we actually have somebody from the Fitzhughes drama group just went up.
So the Fitzhughes group, the Fitzhughes Jouvert group, apparently is the one that's there, but I think they have to wait for the cue from the judges, because the judges were not expecting that particular group. They were expecting Jouvert Fanatics. So a bit of coordination probably in correcting that issue.
And I think this is one of the groups that came in a little late.
Yes.
And
but it's all in mass. It's all mass.
That's what's all mass.
And when we have something like the traditional mass, where it's not something you have a week ahead or even a day ahead, Lennox. A matter of fact, there were registrations this morning.
Yeah, there were registrations right there, and I mean people.
So sort of on the spot, because I remember one of the players came by and said, "Well, I want to play Jouvert this morning," and about 10 minutes before we started, he got his form and he pulled out his props and he was on stage, and that's the nature, a bit of an impromptu for most.
Spontaneity.
Fitzhughes Jouvert Group.
It's a Fitzhughes Jouvert group.
We get in the description now, it appears.
This is the name. This is the title of the band, Carnival Flavor. Go ahead and say, DJ, give me some music.
The Fitzhughes group, Carnival Flavor is the name of this presentation. Carnival Flavor.
Fitzhughes Jouvert group, Carnival Flavor.
So we got on stage first, cucumber in the salad.
You have the first on stage.
Yes,
and now you have cucumber in the salad. Two persons on stage with, you have tied around the neck carrots, tomatoes, and a
all the things
cucumber.
you find in a salad.
And four persons on stage playing in this section, cucumber in the salad.
And
that is the popular tune from Touch this year.
Touch, yes. And of course, Touch is on the road later today.
As well.
So a bit of a reminder as to what's coming up later on today, as this group bringing you cucumber in the salad. 4 revelers are on stage at the moment, and momentarily we'll have another batch of them going up. Let's see.
Now you have the ruler of the land fireman,
ruler of the
being
land
portrayed.
Well, I think this masquerader wants to have a very up close and personal, getting up close and personal.
Ruler of the land now on stage.
Ruler of the land.
Ruler of the land.
And you see he's dressed quite officially with his jacket.
His jacket, and he
ruler of the land.
On one side there's a photo of Fireman, on the other side is a photo of Ralph Gonsalves. So I don't know which is the ruler really, but I know for this carnival and what we've been hearing on the song Fireman.
Oh, there you go. He has a ruler in his hand. Ruler
yes,
of
ruler
the
of the land. So he has a cardboard marked Rule of the Land with Fireman on one side, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves on the other side, and a ruler in his hand.
Ruler of the land.
Ruler of the land.
See what he did there?
And he's marking out on stage using his ruler.
He's making a note of the distance between the bits and pieces on the stage.
Probably going to do some construction or something.
Yes, he's utilizing that
and he goes off stage now.
Ruling capability.
So we are still with the Fitzhugh's drama group, and they had Cucumber in the Salad, they had Rule of the Land.
And playing some of the songs that we had from Vincymas this year. Try long grammar shell.
Yeah, try me long grammar shell.
Another song. I think
So
this
he
is
has,
from Fly. Fly is the name of the artist who did this song this year. Fly.
And so what you expect from grammar shell? A lot of banana bush around the neck and so on, and some grammar shell, but I'm not seeing any big long grammar shell at all.
That's a very small.
That's a very small grammar shell. Oh no, I see one has a decent grammar shell.
I think that one is a bit young.
Yes. They pick that grammar shell really young.
Yeah, that's.
But nonetheless, they're having fun on stage.
There are actually two revelers on stage.
Chinese long grammar shell.
Vincy.
Oh, that's it.
I see what we're
One
doing
is
there.
a Chinese long grammar shell and one is a Vincy long grammar shell.
Okay.
So I think the Chinese long grammar shell.
I don't think we need to describe that any further.
Yes.
As I say, you're big and have sense.
And you can see the smiles on everybody's faces.
Folks are now getting the references. But those who are listening, they would have a particular interpretation, which we'll let you do on your own.
Yes, definitely.
No
coat, only panty and bra. I love this. No coat, only panty and bra. And well, I wouldn't describe that as panty, but
well, I guess it can classify as that.
So there's a
no coat, panty and bra is what is on this
he certainly doesn't have any coat, so there's no coat, only panty and bra.
And there's a pan, a space, and a T. So just that you know what is crossing the stage now. Of course, those with the visuals have the benefit of seeing what is written, and as they turn around, we can actually see. And they face the stage, they face us rather.
I tell you, there's as much activity off the stage than active as there is on the stage.
And you know that there's always the humorous part of this event that folks tend to enjoy.
Absolutely.
The interpretation and the creativity, you know, playing with words and playing with references and giving you some things to figure, sometimes hidden in plain sight.
Oh yes, and all the double entendre.
Yes.
All the double meanings.
And if you're not careful, you could sit around and get yourself in trouble.
And look, this one is called, the next one is called Headways. Headways, and you can see that he did go in headways. This again from the popular song.
Yes.
Headways, and because he has plasters all over his face, so he really did go in headways wherever.
Yes, and that wasn't a good idea. And I see the Ministry of Health has been asking folks, please do not go headways, and we ask you as well, don't do it.
Don't go headways.
And you see the result. If you're looking at this reveler, you can see that he's properly damaged from going headways. A lot of bandages and plasters and all of that. So that's not a good idea to go headways into anything or anywhere or over any precipice or anything of this kind right now.
We have been seeing
a serious message in it among the humor this morning.
Yes, we have been seeing some little videos circulating where people are going headways and really enjoying themselves. But he seemed to be doing well. I haven't seen him this particular masquerade play. I didn't see him do a headways. Well, what we see is the effects of him probably doing a headways before.
The after effects of doing headways, and I'm really hoping he doesn't do any sort of headways, because the stage is about 3 feet high, so any headways will
There's a pile of sand here, so he might get away.
That's not even advised. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. But he certainly portrayed the after. The results of going headways, a potential, it can be far greater in terms of injury, by the way, if you do something like that. So that's very minor injury for something like that compared to if you actually do it. I think I missed the text on this.
Be feeling careful. Yeah. Galia.
Okay, so we're just waiting to see if these two. Oh, lawyer Joe Mo.
Well, we have a big fight on stage now. Lawyer Jomo and Gerald Thompson. So there's a boxing match going on stage right now. Wow!
Oh, that's some serious thumbs. That's some serious thumbs.
Yes, and there's a seriously down for the count, but he's back up. Lawyer Jomo is back up.
Lawyer Joe Mo is back up.
So that's
and both of them seem to have quite an exchange with some thumbs.
Yeah, some serious blows past there. I can tell you, there's, in my opinion, no clear winner. No clear winner.
Well, I see a bit of a puzzled look on the judges' faces, because what happened, I think one of the reveler didn't go towards the judge for them to see what is on. They just stayed at the other side.
Okay,
and,
so they want them to come back.
Yeah, I think they want them to come back. Let's see if that's what they, because I see their counterparts are telling them that you didn't go to the judges, so you need to go to the judges.
Yes, because otherwise it will be difficult to judge you. What the judges is doing here is trying to create a bit of equity, because they would certainly be at a disadvantage.
So it's all in the mass, Lennox.
Right,
all in the mass.
Exactly. I didn't.
Somebody dropped their phone.
Somebody dropped their phone. Okay.
Okay.
So we have the pokey board.
Another track that has been getting some heavy rotation and on the trucks and then the roll. Oh my!
He mashed up the pokey board
on the keyboard, man.
Because the keyboard is falling apart on stage now.
I don't think that keyboard is working anyway.
He has a keyboard swinging from the cord. The cord.
That poor keyboard is taking a beating, Lennox.
I hope youngsters at home looking at this don't think that this is the way we deal with keyboard when they give us trouble.
Yeah, so he's not typing anything.
Yes, definitely.
He's just abusing the keyboard. And enjoying his time on stage. Of course, I realize that this group is playing on some of the songs. We saw the cucumber and the salad, and another one of the songs were highlighted as well. 2 of the songs so far. This is the third such in this group. Song by Picos, Gregory Cato, for this year, and really abusing that keyboard right now.
Yes, definitely.
If it was working before this, it's definitely not working anymore. Because I think the space bar just flew across.
That's what we call it.
There's a space bar on the ground.
Yes.
The space bar is on the ground next to us here. So that poor keyboard is really getting some serious licks now.
Serious licks.
By the time he's off, I don't think some of the keys will be there. Oh,
wow.
There you go. Uh-oh.
He's abusing that poor keyboard, man. He's abusing that poor keyboard.
You just have to be careful how you say that, Lennox.
Yes, he is abusing.
It's a play on
but because, I mean, to take that and just... So we are now...
Okay, so we're getting ready for... I believe this is the leader of the group. Long to See Town.
Long to See Town.
Another popular track on the road.
Track.
And he has a pair of binoculars.
Yes, a pair of binoculars. And I guess he's looking for tongue, eh?
Some long vision there.
Yes.
Looking through Long to See Town. See, the judges are smiling as well when they realize what he has written.
Yeah, this is who owns the waterfront in Thompson. This is Thompson who owns the waterfront in Chateaubelair.
Right.
And he leads a group every year. Yeah. So he's a very regular participant in our whole mass competition. Yes, this year so far has been quite enjoyable. And everybody comes back on stage now with the leader. Lamb to sitang, cucumber in the salad. Carnival, carnival flavor is the name of the
Carnival flavor is the name of the presentation.
Ruler of the land.
Ruler of land.
No coat, only panty and bra.
Who else is there?
Langra Michelle, Headways.
Langra Michelle, Headways.
Lawyer Jomo and Pokey Board. Chinese Langra Michelle. So everybody on stage in this presentation from Fitzhugh's Drama Club. Carnival Flavor. And Carnival Flavor, a very apt name for the portrayal, because everything here has added to the flavor of Vincymas for 2023.
Yes. And of course, we are seeing all your comments online. We're glad that you're joining us and leaving your comments. We're up 550 plus now on the live stream, so we have quite a lot of folks. So
excellent. So if you're looking at the live stream, you can call a friend and tell them enjoy it, because
this is where you're watching from.
This is a program that we really want to grow from strength to strength. It used to be one of the biggest programs in St. Vincent and Grenadines over the years, and we all say that we are lacking a little humor sometimes in the songs and in good positive humor, and this is where it's all at. So the more we can expose this old mass to a lot of folks.
I think we can hear one of the trucks just passing by at the very top there, just approaching the market area. So that's why you're hearing the music in the back there as they're still on the road. I thought by now, Lennox, that they'll be taking a rest for later, but
no,
clearly,
man, these
clearly
people
not.
have up to 11 o'clock, I think, to be
up to 11 this morning.
Yes.
And then they take a break and come back for about what time?
4 o'clock.
Okay, so
they're on the road.
Mass.
But we're in for the real deal.
All that is mass.
All of that is mass. And now our next band, and I believe the final one is Jouvert Fanatics.
I think they're waiting for the truck to move away, because it's difficult to hear from the speakers whenever that truck is in this vicinity. In a few minutes it should be past this area, and that should allow for them to be able to hear. But while we are waiting on that, we say thanks to the sponsors of the live broadcast on NBC Radio. Of course, this audio also being heard on the VC3 platform, and we thank them for joining in this morning and sharing on this broadcast. Thanks to the National Launches Authority, CK Graves and Company Limited, the Carnival Development Corporation, CDC, Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., makers of the Zest Cola, and VJs, yes, they're still open, they're still serving fresh meals this morning, fresh for you. So stop by and grab something as soon as you can before it's all gone, all local menu. So the call now being made for, yes, I see Cecil Sesmaki, Jouvert Fanatics taking the microphone, so let's listen in.
Jouvert Fanatics 2023, hilarious, laugh, cry, or do both.
Laugh, cry, or do both.
Laugh, cry, or do both. Jouvert Fanatics, we portrayal say laugh, cry, and do both.
It's up to you if you want to do any one of them this morning.
Yes.
And we're getting ready for. Is that a bag of eggs? Lennox, look at that.
Laugh, cry.
And of course, it's all part of the presentations here this morning.
Yes, laugh, cry, or do both.
Yes. And the interpretation, some of it we'll have to leave for you to interpret, those who are watching, those who are listening, if we just give you a gist of what is on stage. All right, so let's see if we can get the descriptions from Sesmaki as to what's happening with these groups, this group.
And the child could either come out bad or the child could come out good.
Takes a village to raise a child. Queen Empress, African proverb. Queen number one, Jouvert fanatics.
Queen Empress African proverb. There's something else in the back there, Lennox. So I think when she turns around, we should be able to see it. Trying to get the last line. Are you able to see it, Lennox?
Queen Empress
takes a village to raise a child. It looks,
Yeah.
Yes, that's a play on Fire Empress song.
Fire Empress African proverb.
African
takes
proverb.
a village to raise a child. Awe Jomo say, Kishel bleaching or bleaching.
Bleaching.
So
Oh my.
this is the next
And,
player on stage.
She has
Sissy a little bit actually.
yes, a
And,
familiar face,
She has a placard with a bottle of bleach
some
and
seashells.
some seashells
Probably went to the seashore to collect some seashells.
and a bunch of keys.
And a bunch of keys.
She sells seashells
No.
at
That
the
is
seashore. So
And I think you got it the wrong way, but yes.
she sells seashells
By
at
the
the seashore.
seashore, yeah.
Awe Jomo say, next on stage.
So we're waiting for the call. I believe the judges are just preparing. Not
Yeah, I
quite
think-
ready as
yes.
yet.
I think they're just waiting on the call
fanatics.
from the judges, yes.
Jouvert fanatics. You have to decide whether you want to laugh or cry. That's what they're saying this year.
Laugh or cry or do both.
So the individual is now on stage. Yes, on stage now. Cecile King, a little bit as we may know her from the Calypso circles and otherwise.
You have keys, you have shell, you have bleach.
Yes, a whole jug of bleach, a 2-liter jug of bleach there, looks like Lennox.
Yes.
And quite a lot of shells.
Quite a lot of shells.
And a bunch
And
of
bleach.
keys
Yes.
with at least half a dozen or more keys on it. So all of the elements in the placard captured in some form or fashion with
All of
something
it.
that she's carrying. And she has a beach towel, so you know she's going to the beach.
She's going to the beach as well. And she has a bathing cap and she has her sunglasses. So
Soaking up the sun.
She's the full package there.
And a part of her face is a little fairer than the other
Yes,
side.
Yes.
And that's the side that has the bleach in hand.
That's it.
So you see how we play on the interpretations, and we'll let you figure the rest,
Really,
of course.
really good depiction of the message that she wants to get across. Well, artificial intelligence from Banker Lafern or Lawyer Mafern. Artificial intelligence. And that's what's written on the cardboard with a lot of fern. Eh?
Yeah, there are ferns all
So
over.
it's Lafern or Mafern. And I guess it's all part of what artificial intelligence can do in terms of coordinating. And the masquerader is dressed as a lawyer with her briefcase, with her headpiece. Can't remember what you call that, but
The wig,
the wig, yes, but I don't know if
that you're associated with.
yes,
I can't remember.
quote. So it's artificial intelligence we're looking at here from Banker Lafern or Lawyer Mafern.
And there's a dash between, so it's Lav Fern and Ma Fern. And a couple sprigs of ferns on the.
She makes her way on stage now with a little fumble, but she's getting there. Yes.
And she has what appears to be the outfit of a lawyer. And on the other hand,
half lawyer, half banker.
Yeah, banker. So banker on one side and a lawyer on the other side.
Yes, banker on the side with the briefcase and lawyer on the other side. So then again, a lot of careful thought.
So either or, you choose.
Yes.
And of course, we're getting some sunshine out, Lennox. We haven't
Yes.
seen the sun all morning. Spoke too soon. It's gone again.
from bank her to lawyer her, and really a good depiction, I would say. I would certainly say.
So it's Jouvert, traditional mass, old mass as we call it, still on the streets of Kingstown. Yes, we know it's late. It's 9:30 actually. It's 9:30.
Yes.
But we're still with you. Pulling around the clock, as they say, Lennox.
I like the context of artificial intelligence in which this portrayal is placed. Yes. And the masquerader is certainly having fun on stage.
Certainly having fun, Lennox.
Yes.
That's all part of the reason why this event is held each and every year. It's not just, for folks to come on stage and display a placard, but for the actual individual and the groups to have some fun in the process.
Exactly.
And to revel, as they're revelers. They're enjoying themselves on stage.
All of these individual portrayals that we have on stage, if you notice a little gap between them, Calvin, our listeners, our viewers would know that it is to give the judges a little time to do this scoring.
Yes, and to pass the papers back. To the auditor in the back.
So there are quite a few still lined up to come, because this is usually our biggest band at Old Mass. And the next one now is Daniel Cummins Fred the Bottom Tongues Project. The Bottom Tongues Project. So that's what's written on the
when she comes on stage
on the placard.
See what is attached to the placard.
Exactly.
It's a play on the words. Play on the words.
Daniel Cummins Fred the Bottom Tongues, THONGS Project. And there are two tongues attached to the base of the placard, and the masquerader herself is wearing a thong. So it's all happening here at Old Mass, right here in the Market Square on Jouvert morning, and people having fun and people not budging, and they even though they're in some sun now, but they're not budging at all.
Brilliant sunshine now, at least for a few seconds in between.
Daniel Cummins Fred Bottom, the Bottom Tongues Project.
And those who are viewing will have a clearer picture of what is happening here, front and center, as we like to say. Courtesy VC3 cameras. I think we're getting ready for another of the...
Yes, definitely.
She's just enjoying her time on stage, as a matter of fact. Yep. Just enjoying a moment on stage. As we just... I think this is one of the media entities from overseas. Just had one of the photographers pass by us quickly here. Is it from Trinidad and Tobago? Yes. So we have quite a lot of the social media, popular social media platforms here. Trini Jungle Juice. I think he's from Trini Jungle Juice, right? That's what.
I'm not too sure, but
I think so. Yeah. And I think you have Bajan Tube and a couple of the others in here as well.
A couple here as well, and it's so good to have.
Yes, and they're here. It's good to see them at this, because this showcases a lot of the creativity.
And they've been doing a fantastic job following all the shows, not just the CDC organized shows, but some of the private parties. They'll be getting involved in the other events, like on the beaches and so on. So now we have...
she appears to be a queen.
Yeah. And she
has gone up to the judges and waved, a rather regal wave, to the judges for a moment. She's carrying some sweets, an assortment of sweets, some sour patch and all of that. I'm trying to see what's written on the card.
I couldn't see quite what's written on it, but I know it's something to do with the new hotel.
Yes, when we see that, we can tell you.
Maya Sweets, new hotel.
Oh, Maya Sweets.
Maya Sweets.
So that's Maya.
Yes,
and
Maya.
She has a lot of sweets.
So she has a lot of sweets, and she's a traveler, of course.
Maya Sweets.
Maya Sweets.
That's, by the time you finish with that,
you get diabetes.
All of the above.
Too sweet, boy. Lots of sweet.
And Maya is wearing a crown. She's a very important person
So if you're thinking where to get sweetness in St. Vincent, Maya.
Maya Sweets.
I think that refers to the new lovely hotel that has
New
recently
hotel.
been opened.
I'm trying to read.
Diamond.
Right. It says something about new hotel, but I think
New
the
hotel.
Revla is moving so quickly we're not able to see what is.
Maya Suites Diamond, yes. New hotel.
New hotel, and then I'm not sure. Okay. New hotel.
Oh yeah, I head into Maya Suites.
I head into Maya Suites. Right.
Diamond.
New hotel. I head into Maya Suites.
Yeah, creativity at its best, you know.
That's right. And creativity is something what we definitely see when it comes to Old Mass. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more descriptions from Sesmaki, if we can get that audio back in. All right, so we're getting ready for the next reveler to come on stage. Me alone drink a whole bottle of rum. Horn and my mother, or whatever. It's there. You'll have to read the rest when it comes up on stage. Oh, you can see. Okay, right. I think that's in reference to the song. Talk about creativity. And you see he's wearing some horns.
What I find is so interesting, you know, especially in this year's portrayal, and I believe it comes from the creativity of the artists. A lot of what we see on stage coming from songs.
Yes, and new songs, by the way.
And new songs.
For 2023.
Yeah. So the young people are coming through, and with the guidance and support of everyone, they will continue to fine-tune their art, and St. Vincent will maintain its rightful place in the music industry in the Caribbean. Me Alone comes on stage now. Me Alone drink a whole bottle of rum. And he has a bottle of rum, and at the bottom of the placard there's a horn, there's a headpiece with two horns. So, and rum in the back.
Yes,
he has a bottle of rum.
And a whole bottle in the back, a whole bottle.
A whole bottle.
A 750 ml size, Lennox.
Yes, that's.
Uh-oh.
And the horn
fell off.
The horn on the head fell off.
Too much of it, Lennox.
I think that's part of the horning.
But he's showcasing his placard to the cameras right now. He looks like he's drunk, Lennox. It looks like he's drifting.
Yes.
A whole bottle of rum.
If you look beyond these, just what you're hearing in the song, and you get inside the head of the writer, you realize what are the issues trending in St. Vincent.
And the song's trending as well.
Yes. And a lot of the songs this year had to do with either boat
or rum.
And I don't know if there's a relationship between them.
Or both of them.
Yes.
I've heard that several times, Lennox, that a number of the songs are either or combination of both.
Yes. There's probably a clear connection between.
But he's enjoying his time on stage.
Certainly.
As we enjoy a little bit of sunshine momentarily, and we appreciate the rain letting off for a little bit so we can complete this task this morning. Yes. We were a little worried when it was a constant drizzle for a good hour or so before we got started, but it has subsided and
it's cleared up very nicely. We are seeing not all blue skies, but we're seeing
some
very white clouds and blue skies, so that's a good sign, and augurs well for the party that we're going to be having on the streets of Kingston.
I guess you're going to be on the truck with touch and somewhere close behind.
I'm going to be somewhere.
Somewhere.
Certainly,
But we're getting ready to wrap up with this particular presentation as part of the Jouvert Fanatics presentation for this year. And we're going to get some props on stage. I think some of the props have been placed up now to assist with the next presentation.
Hill are we us. Coming on stage next, judges. Well, when we await the signal.
And I think the next person to come on stage is the lead of the band.
Yes.
Former Minister
Cecil Sesmaki. And we've been seeing Ses even when he was minister.
Oh yes.
Doing that didn't deter him from making time to do this.
Never stop.
He continues to show his great love for this type of mass.
And in a great way makes a significant contribution to keeping this part of Carnival alive. Watch this Olatunjai SVG engine room. And that's the placard. So
watch this Olatunji,
yes.
Watch this Olatunji SVG engine room.
So he is driving a vehicle.
Yeah.
With a SVG flag, is SVG engine room.
Did you see the gin in the front there?
The small gin bottles, a number of gin bottles there. And he is driving.
A good few gin bottles there. They are positioned right in the front, and you can actually read the word gin on them if you look very carefully. In gin, and there's a space, Lennox, between in gin.
In gin.
And there's no E there.
Yes, so that Olatunje is engine, car engine, and so maybe engine, whatever.
And he's
engine.
driving something with an engine, clearly.
But SVG engine is the drink.
Yes, I think he is referring to the popularity of that song. It's not a local song, of course. It's a song from Trinidad and Tobago, Engine Room by Olatunji.
Yes.
And it certainly created a storm over the past couple of months
very
here. And even in our local, or Vincymas, it's still getting a lot of play in between our local music, of course.
Yes.
And there's another prop that he just brought on.
And he actually has an engine in the room.
An engine room, okay.
He's walking around now with... yes.
That's the engine room?
Yes, that's the engine room.
Okay, that's interesting. The engine room.
Which is like a little nucleus of activity, is like what you would call on a computer the CPU. And everything happens central there. So there's the engine from three aspects.
And when he turns around, we should be able to see inside of that engine room. Right. Use the stage now. Hands that prop to another. Yes, it's a gin room. There's a bottle of gin in there. And some other complex bits and pieces in there, making up the engine room.
Yes.
I see someone who's been quite involved in Old Mass over the years.
Aubrey Bergen. Next person on stage.
Soba or Soba.
Reflection. Soba or Sobar.
Reflection. Trying to figure this one out.
Yeah, me too.
Have you figured it? Have you figured the reference?
Remember, this is Jouvert Fanatics, and their portrayal: laugh or cry or do both.
I do both of them if you so wish. Soba or Soba. Reflection. There's a comma there. Notice the comma? So we're getting ready for this masquerader to come on stage, this reveler rather, to come on stage. He's just making sure that the stage is, the steps going up is sturdy.
Well, it had a lot of weight in it this morning for sure.
Yes, a lot of pressure with a very large group of almost 50 estimated from SVG Connection. So we're getting ready for, well, this piece is now being judged. He is approaching the judges, played by Aubrey Bergen.
Yeah, sober reflection. He has on a jacket, so he must be very cold. What? And he taking off his pants? Yes, yes.
Well, I didn't expect that one.
So
I think he's definitely not sober
no,
to be doing that on stage. You know, that's not something a sober person would do, right?
I guess he went to the bar and it is sober. It is sober. He's sober, or
He's putting his pants on his head now. Some of the antics you might find that somebody who is been
drunk
at the
would
bar
do.
for a very long time
Yeah.
would display. As we continue to enjoy the old mass, a very late start this morning, but happy to report that we've seen some great pieces this morning.
really good.
And some very creative pieces, I must add. And we are witnessing the wrapping up stages of this
We
Revla.
still have about 3 or 4 more to come.
Believe, yes, maybe more. Think at least about a half dozen or more. Some of them are not in view at this time. Them are taking a bit of shelter from the sun. Sun is actually coming in here now. So the call for the next individual.
Jouvert fanatics, laugh or cry, or both.
Well, she has on 2 boxing gloves.
Yes, this
Tom
is
1
another.
and Tom 2. So
This
the
is
2 tops
another.
there.
Another player who's been playing for donkeys years. The still young and energetic Joan Millington. She's coming on as a boxer with the 2 boxing gloves. Thump 1
and Thump 2.
Thump 1 and 2, and she's saying, and the belt goes to Dr. Thump son. Knock out Joe Moore with 2 old Thump.
Okay, you forget the rest, folks.
This is funny. This really is funny.
And for those who are familiar with the circumstances surrounding this particular display, you would know.
They will
you
find it very funny.
You'll find that very, very funny. And even so, those involved may find it very funny as well. The interpretation.
So she has 2 she has boxing gloves.
And there's 2 serious thumps there, Lennox.
Yes,
you don't want
and
any
she
of those.
Thump 1 written on 1 and Thump 2. And knocking out.
So Thump 1 and Thump 2.
Yes.
And either one of them, and if you get both, it's going to be quite devastating. And she's putting on a show for the judges, and they are looking on at every move. And not just the thumbs. I think she knows some karate as well.
I think she knows some karate, so
it's not just the thumb. You have to be mindful about that kick.
Some serious jabs and some uppercuts and thing, you know.
She's making the movements of a very seasoned person in that arena. Maybe she's had some training in probably ring boxing or.
She looks as though she trained for this.
Maybe she's done some martial arts. I'm not sure, but she's certainly having fun while doing this presentation this morning. Thump 1 and Thump 2. Some good old thumps. And those 1 and 2.
Thump 1 and Thump 2. Thump 1, Thump 2. That's how she's going. Jabbing. Thump 1 and Thump 2. Very well done.
As she get ready to leave the stage at this time. We're getting ready for the next individual. Yes, another individual. She has several cards, placards. I'm not sure if it is that she's holding those for someone, but let's see who's coming up next. I think it's one of the juniors.
Yeah. Foot.
We're trying to get the audio there from stateside. All right, the call being made for this individual to come onto the stage. A youngster, probably around 7 or 8 thereabout, estimated. Lennox.
Playing yes.
She's been asked to hold up just to display her banner, a placard.
Something to do with SPG and Taiwan and.
When she turns around, SPG Taiwan.
Fruitful relationship. Fruitful relationship.
And there's a whole bag of fruits there, Lennox.
Yes. Whole bag of fruit. Fruit full.
A bag is full of fruits.
Full bag of fruit, yes. And in one hand she has the SPG flag. And on the other hand she has, I wouldn't say that's not the Taiwan flag, but probably a product of Taiwan. All tying into the fruitful relationship.
Yes, and talking about fruitful, we know our relations with Taiwan and the number of scholarships and all of the different areas that Taiwan is assisting with. And this display this morning speaks of the fruitful relationship between us and Taiwan. And incidentally, Lennox, your wife is the ambassador.
Yes.
to the Republic of Taiwan, and she's here. I think I spotted her some nights ago.
She is, yes. She'll be quite pleased to see this, I'm sure.
And I think I spotted her sister some. Oh yes, there she is.
She is, yes.
Our sister's here capturing the moments for her media house as well. So I'm pretty sure she's seeing the images and really liking.
And if she's
really liking what she's seeing this morning.
Well, we are getting closer and closer. The next.
These are some youngsters, I know.
Yes. And this is what is important, and this is what I think the job which is being done to encourage the youngsters, to create for them
piggy bank, raw, knee, Ross bank.
When these youngsters go on stage, they are very special moments which will hopefully create memories for them that would make them come year after year and ensure that this aspect of our carnival lives on. Piggy bank.
Are you able to interpret this one, Lennox?
Piggy bank, Ronnie Russell. Ronnie Russell.
Ah, oh, I see what I did there, right.
Piggy bank. So obviously there's a piggy bank.
There's a piggy bank, and the piggy bank is bankrupt.
Yes.
Not sure how that happened.
Piggy bank, Ronnie Russell, and he has on 2 knee bands.
Ronnie, yes, the knee bands are there, definitely.
Ronnie Russell bank,
bankrupt.
Yes.
And he's carrying a green piggy bank. I'm not sure if it has any cash. It seemed to be empty. Definitely bankrupt. There's no money in that piggy bank.
No, because he has a bag carrying with no money in it and an empty piggy bank, so there's no money in the bank.
None at all.
So it's
I think
bankrupt.
he's shaking it, but you're not even hearing a sound.
Exactly.
Because obviously it's empty.
Correct.
It's empty. Let's see the next. But 2 is at least an indication that the juniors are being grafted into the mix, because we notably over the years we have not seen a lot of children part of this aspect, and it needs to be preserved for the generations to come to enjoy, and that's important.
And as I said before, hopefully these experiences or these moments create memories for them. And you know, a lot of things you do now when you did when you were a boy, and you enjoyed so much, and you continue and you will let your kids do them.
This one has a
CDC lose a screw.
CDC loose a screw. I don't think it's loose. I think it's loose.
Loose, yeah.
CDC loose a screw. And there's some other text there. I'm not sure we're able to see that in a bit. Let's see if I can tap into the cameras of VC3 to see what is on the front there. As she's facing the camera now. Lunches, park, bus, judge in bar, break. Some of the things you see on that card.
I'm not able to see the writing.
Let's see as she is turning around again. CDC loses a screw. Raga from Soca, Dunce. Raga with Evo, Dotish. Revive, Jouvert, yes. That piece there.
See something about CDC to free up Pan Mass and Calypso.
And she's quickly taking up some placards. CDC paying we less. Okay, not able to see the text. Paying the less in the OECS.
We need more money.
CDC, we need more money and prizes. And so many things to
a lot of placards.
So many issues to highlight when it comes to this issue. CDC, no tricks with the picks.
No tricks with the picks. So
let's see the next one. Another one quickly. CDC say no wet fet. And thanks to the cameras of VC3, we're at the back. CDC,
tired.
you're tired. New
New
faces,
faces,
please.
That's a mouthful for one patrol.
That's a lot. That's a lot for one
And,
patrol. And the thing is,
The only drawback is that there's no double on town patrol in it. It's like you're coming up and
I
saying
think
a
this one
message.
is a bit more of an opinion on some concerns that has been expressed through this presentation this morning. And as you know, it's all part of what we showcase here. There are some strong opinions that come out of it, some humor that comes out of it, some
But
double
there's no
entendre that comes out
portrayals
of
to
it.
substantiate the claims, like, you know.
Yes, very simple. But I think she slacked off on showing her placards to the judges, all of them at least, because sometimes when she turned around, they were taking they were writing. So I'm not sure all of the judges saw all of her placards, about a dozen,
and with the speed,
about half a dozen of them. Is war, Vladimir versus Ukraine. Next portrayal is war, Bloody Mare versus Ukraine.
Not too sure I got the Bloody Mare, but
Vladimir. It's a play on the name.
Oh, Vladimir.
Vladimir.
Vladimir. I got that.
It's a play on the name. It's a play on the name.
Yes.
And there's somebody with 2 pistols in hand. Toy pistols, of course, for this presentation. Accompanying, I think that's Philon Morgan for bass.
The husband of Marvel, who just was on as well.
Yes. Is war, Bloody Mare
Yes,
versus
this is obviously
Ukraine.
a firing station in the war.
So it's all part of the mass. It's not mass at Victoria. It's old mass, traditional mass at the Market Square, as we do it each and every year. Well, we didn't have it for a few years, Lennox. So we've come back with a vengeance this year in highlighting issues. A lot of them from this year or between the last carnival and today. But some of them before that. You know, the war in Ukraine highlighted here now started well before Vincymas 2022, a few months before, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure. I don't think this.
It was planned.
I think this individual is just trying to have some fun. Hopefully not at the expense of those being judged now, because I think they were asking her to just give way to those who are part of the presentation. But she's not actually part of the presentation, it appears, because I did hear some shouts from the sidelines for her to come down from the stage. But nevertheless, on
all of that is mass.
There's a stage, and you know, sometimes when you have a little bit, bit much, you tend to get carried
slightly
away
inebriated,
and you get very brave, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we have more. Do we have more? Yes, I think we have a few more lined up.
There's a couple.
I believe, is George Ballantyne, an ardent listener of NBC, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And I think somebody on the live stream recognized him and said, "Isn't that George Ballantyne?" Yes,
it is indeed.
George Ballantyne and his wife, I believe, it's a couple. Yeah.
They play every year when they come.
Every year, whenever they come.
And they
I
here
think he's
frequently.
based in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but I think he's based here for part of the year and up there for part of the year.
But he tends to always be here for Carnival. High
maintenance.
High maintenance.
I love this. High maintenance woman.
High maintenance woman. And he's dressed as a maintenance man.
Yes, definitely.
He's been cutting some bush with what we call he has a cutlass and some bush in hand, and he's doing some maintenance,
he does some maintenance work.
Yeah, he's a maintenance
working
man.
Very hard. Very hard. And this is a maintenance woman now.
And she's well decked out and pampered with nice fingernails and It seems she's just done her hair because it's properly covered and protected.
These two folks are fun, tell you.
Oh, look at that. She's put in some very expensive.
Oh yes, of course. Those expensive braids.
And she's changing into
Peels
the very
off.
expensive outfit.
Expensive outfit.
High maintenance woman.
Wow, she's transformed.
Oh, she's now transforming on stage.
George has transformed her.
And the husband and wife duo. We don't have her name. I don't know if you know her name, Lennox, but I know, of course, this is George Ballantyne. And once they're here, they will, maybe somebody in the live stream would tell us. I see somebody saying, yes, that's my brother and sister-in-law.
Yes, so it's Mimi and Bobo Ballantyne. George, better known as George, and his wife Mimi. Here all the time. Wow, look at how he's showering her with gold.
She's been showered with a lot of gold.
Oh, man.
That's not going to be cheap, Lennox.
No. High maintenance woman.
It's all part of the mass.
All part of the mass.
A bit later than usual this morning as we hit 10 o'clock, exactly 10 o'clock right now.
Mimi and Bobo. Why, he's not finished. He's not finished at all. Money, man.
In addition to the gold chain and the hairdo and the nails.
Hey.
Oh, he's scattering all the money. He just gave away all the cash.
And he's still not finished. He's still not finished.
Wow. And he bought
a house too, man. Whoa.
Cash, house.
I tell you.
Wow. A whole house is there. What else is in the bag? What else is in the bag? A boat. You got a boat too.
Woman got a lunch. I tell you. Beaches.
Wow. Let's see what else is in there. If a house and a boat. Maybe a plane. Oh, there's a
plane. Oh.
Oh, there's a plane there. A private jet, if you please.
Mimi and Bobo, this is you.
And what?
Watching Jouvert Fanatics.
Yeah.
Jouvert Fanatics.
She's very appreciative.
You cry, you laugh, or you do both. And I think today we are doing both.
Oh, and folks really enjoy this. Lennox, the folks really enjoy this one.
Enjoy this one.
Because every time he pulled out another one. Is it a bigger one? Is it a plane this time? Is it a boat this time? And it was.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
A really good finale as well, you know.
Yes. Is it the final one? I believe it is the final one.
I guess.
Yes, it is the final one.
Everybody will want a rich man like Bobo.
And a play on the words there.
Yes.
This man dressed in his what do you call it? The farmer brown?
Yes, high maintenance.
All in one.
All in one with his boots, and I guess he made his money from farming.
This is mass. This is mass.
Yes.
And I see those on the live stream are really loving it.
In case you just stumble upon NBC Radio, you're looking at Old Mass competition every
Wrapping
morning
up stages
in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we've just had the final, I believe.
Jouvert Fanatics, hilarious, laugh, cry, or both. Hilarious.
That's it?
That's it? I believe that's it. We're just checking with the judges to see if this is indeed the last presentation. I'm not sure. I think I see some folks from Green Hill. I didn't see Green Hill.
No.
They're right behind us, but I'm not sure if they're taking the stage.
Oh, yeah. Green Hill.
So Green Hill is still to go. They don't have their usual posse. Just a few.
Green Hill's coming up. Green Hill will be coming up after Jouvert Fanatics.
What I know will be the last one.
And
so going extra late today, Lennox, I think we'll be hitting the 10:30, close to 10:30 mark.
Jouvert Fanatics
today.
will on stage now. When Green Hill comes up, Green Hill will be having 4 individuals and 1 couple.
All right, and the big part of this, Lennox, is having fun, and that is what they are doing.
Absolutely.
The young and the old, the not so young and the not so old on one stage. There's no other element, well, probably except for Mass on a Tuesday, that brings together all of these age groups in one gathering,
Good,
such as
clean
what we've
fun.
seen here this morning. And the creativity, Lennox, and the play on the words.
Yeah.
You can't get better than this. as a treat if you want to get some real taste of Vincentian creativity and culture.
Absolutely.
And I'm really glad again that the social media folks from the regional, those regional entities are here, because this needs to go beyond. Some folks may not may not understand, but they may see the humor.
Yes,
and
exactly.
the play on the words. They may not understand the references to, certain political references, etc., because it's within our boundaries.
Exactly.
But they would get the humor, definitely.
And all the young people going on stage, I am sure this is a moment that they would not forget, being on stage at Jouvert, and we need to get more of the young people on stage at Old Mass, so that again, these memories will drive you down the road to so that this part of our culture doesn't die. Or this part of our carnival culture doesn't die.
So Green Hill, I think, Green Hill is in a little corner there. We didn't see them. That's why we didn't see them, Lennox.
Yes.
They were in a little corner waiting on their cue. But I think their leader has just given them the instruction to go side stage.
Yes.
He's looking for a former member of the team. Okay. Yes, and of course, last evening was a show by itself.
Yes, we had fun.
Reflecting on that. The energy and the excitement that we maintained throughout last night. I did get a couple messages about that. And Lennox, I believe you did get some as well.
Yes, I did get a lot of good feedback, and it's good to know that not only that we have good feedback on a good show, but there's a lot of people listening to NBC Radio as well.
Of course. Yeah. And we're again thankful to our sponsors this morning: National Lotteries Authority, CK Graves and Company Limited, the Carnival Development Corporation, CDC Singer, East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., and special mention to VJs. And of course, VJs, in addition to being associated with the broadcast, also provided us with breakfast this morning, a very hearty breakfast consisting of some very popular local delicacies.
Yes, and there were quite a few times in recent time that we've had your manager here with us, Dion John.
Yes.
And
yes.
I know we are missing her this morning.
Yeah, she's sitting out today. And sitting out today, and not the very best, but just resting it out. And hopefully next year we'll get to see more of her.
Please, yes.
But when you need to rest, you need to rest,
You
right?
need to rest, I can tell you that. And it's
quite
been a long haul for
week.
people in radio. It's been a long haul for nurses, a long haul for security persons. Carnival can be very challenging and very grueling to administer, to coordinate, and to plan, execute.
All right. And good morning to Lady Dion, as I've referred to her. As much as she's not physically here, I can tell you that she's checking in ever so often for all of the shows and making sure that all the teams are in check and everything is organized. If some calls need to be made, of course, that helps.
That's just how she is.
So
that's just how she is.
Logistically, very much part of what we are doing here each and every day during the carnival season. So, first, Reveler. We call them revelers, right? Because that's what they do.
Yes, you call them revelers, masqueraders, and the famous Snuffy. This is Green Hill Sports and Cultural Organization. They have, I think, 4 individuals this morning and 1 couple.
I see Snuffy is on stage. Let me see if I'm trying to read what Snuffy has on the board there. Let me see if I can grab a visual using the cameras in front of the stage. Okay, Dotishness Frantic Friday Fireworks Launch. Dotishness Frantic Friday Fireworks Launch. For those who are aware of what that is referring to, some may be aware, others may not be. I'm trying to determine if that is what I think it is about. A reference to a recent observation by many.
Oh!
Yeah, the virtual fireworks.
Yes.
And of course, it's mass and all part of what's taking place here at
5 in a row. Strange, eh?
Oh, okay. You see that? They're all in a row. The fives are all lined up
Fives in a row.
with an arrow
Yes.
pointing up to the sky.
Pointing.
5 in a row. Strange. I'm not seeing the. Let's see. 5 in a row. Let's see if I can see the front there. A closer view from the cameras might just assist. Strange, and there's an arrow. 5 in a row. So you see the arrow, right?
Yes.
Arrows pointing all directions, north, south, east,
We have
west.
5 fives on an arrow. So that 5 in a row.
5. The
5 in a
fives
row.
are all lined up in an arrow.
Nice one indeed.
So the group leader Moses is encouraging and adding some, adding a bit to the presentations on the stage.
Yes.
Not getting a very clear feed, unfortunately, from that sound system at the moment. So we're not hearing him very clearly, but we can tell you what's happening on stage, just in front of the Central Market here in Kingstown, as we inch on to just about 10 minutes after 10 o'clock. Late one this morning, Lennox. The sun is trying to come out again. I think it succeeded somewhat. And it'll be a mixed bag of
Yes,
weather for the rest of the day.
We hope it stays good and allow the revelers tomorrow to today, because tomorrow doesn't look as good
So
weather-wise.
that arrow is off with all 5s in it. I think the preparations are being made for other individuals.
The new CT scan
The new CT scan in
Upper
operation.
Sean.
The new CT scan in operation. And she's carrying a fan that appears to be wired into her. Is that the scanner? That's the scanner?
Yes.
It appears to be the scanner. The new CT scan.
So we are
operation.
looking at Green Hill Sports and Cultural Organization.
Green Hill Sports and Cultural Club, yes?
Yes.
Oops. I believe we're getting ready now to see that Reveler come up on stage. The call has been made. I think the judges are ready. Let's go. And there's another prop being moved to the stage of this, to the side of the stage rather. I'm not sure if this is also, yes, it appears she would come back for that. The new city. See the city there, Lennox? Those are the buildings?
Yes. And there's a scanner.
Yeah, there's a scanner there, so a city scanner.
There's the Kingstown city.
Yeah, so she's scanning the city.
The new city scanner. Right. She's scanning the city.
So you see there's some scanning going on. You see it's actually labeled scanner. So what she's doing is scanning the city, all of the buildings there, all over, all around, to make sure that, well, whatever it is she's checking for. And there are a couple stickers there. Châteauier, some depicting Châteauier, others
Yes.
of the Garifuna descendants found in the northern villages of Fancy Owie and Sandy Bay, highlighting those areas at the corners of a presentation there.
And scanning the city with one of those scanners that you find like at the airports and so on.
Yes.
Scanning the city.
Scanning the city, turning in all directions, doing some serious scanning there.
I think Kingston. Well, you want to know what's like at the rock them? We're going to tell you what's like at the rock. You want to know what's like at the mosquitoes? We'll tell you that. And the vagrant sleeping? Yeah, that'll scan all of that. Right. The new city scan. And it's an operation.
Someone is saying that maybe this is a radar.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a radar.
for scanning, yes.
Yeah, the radar scanning the city. Yes, yeah, and I don't know, Lennox, maybe that's a radar up at Dorsetshire Hill, you know, that's scanning for the Coast Guard, probably.
Yes,
The new radar.
And the whole city, so you have two different kind of scanning really going on.
And where it's actually where it's mounted up at Dorsetshire Hill, it overlooks the city, so it's scanning the coastal areas around the shores. So I think I understand what that one is about.
Definitely.
We're getting ready for the next
one
individual
is the shutout.
Gated Plain Community Facilities.
Shutout, yeah. This is a couple, I think.
Is this a couple? I believe it is.
Yes.
So they're carrying grills with appears to be gates, and one is carrying a tennis racket and the other one a cricket bat. So those are the sports that are shut out.
They're making a point about being shut out of the
gated play-in community facilities.
That's like those the hard coats and so on.
And it's all mass. This is what we call mass. Old mass, Jouvert style. Lennox, I'm not hearing the trucks anymore. Maybe they've finally
I think they've
quiet.
Taken the exit now because those same guys have to come back this evening.
They have to park up for another 4 or 5 hours. Not much time to rest, Lennox. Just about 4 or 5 hours to let the systems cool off a bit, and then they're back on the road again.
Absolutely. And if there are any problems, they have to fix those problems.
Well, not a very big window to do that.
No.
Gated community facilities, and clearly we have somebody who's into cricket.
Yes.
And somebody who's into tennis.
Tennis. Shutouts is the key here. You've been shut out of the community facilities. And this is kind of a demonstration.
I think this is the last one. This is the last presentation.
And then I think they will all come back
and then they'll all come back up on stage.
So everybody comes back on stage now. 5 in a row. The new city scanning operation.
5 in an arrow.
And dotishness.
Frantic Friday fireworks.
Launch.
Okay, I think he turned around just about the same time as trying to read the lower end again. And there's a bit of a breeze now blowing across. The sun is now bearing down on us, Lennox. We had the sun for the last probably good 15-20 minutes now.
Which is beautiful. And
some blue skies, more and more we're seeing blue skies. More than half of the sky now is blue.
So we just hope that for the rest of the evening that our monthly mass, St. Vincent is known for having
the T-shirt band on the road.
Yes.
And that has evolved, Lennox, over the years too, and morphed into something completely different than what you had, let's say, in the 80s and the early 90s.
Too, some bit of costume.
Persons are becoming very creative with the T-shirts, and they're making all different sort of items out of the T-shirts.
Absolutely.
And
so I think we are close to the end of what is happening.
Yes, we are. We're getting to the very end of our presentation, and we wouldn't get the results today. No. So as soon as we know that they're finished, we'll of course wrap things up. We've been doing this since just about 8:35 last night. We didn't get any sleep as yet. I think a couple of members of our team may have gotten like a half an hour or 15-20 minutes.
I guess the power nap helps, but sometimes in these situations.
The power naps, but I think we're all very tired and we need to rest up for tomorrow. But maybe we'll see you along the way as well, because I know you're a man about town.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll be covering all of the events on the road and at Victoria Park and on the road. We'll have 2 teams tomorrow doing that. So we look forward to having all of you viewing and listening to us during the course of the coverage tomorrow.
You know, it's Vincymas. It will soon be over on Wednesday, and all the bacchanal will continue.
All right, and I think that is it. Let's see. The judges have now just waited to see if they're expecting anybody else. No, that's it. I think that's it here. There we go, that's it. Thanks very much, everyone, for being a part of our coverage. Thanks very much, Lennox, for coming back this morning and being a part, despite the threat of the rain. We didn't get the rain. and it means that we were able to carry on much later, but nevertheless we got to get it done. We got it done rather today, and we thank each and every one of you. Those who listen to us on NBC Radio, thanks very much for the company. Those who viewed on the platforms of VC3 television and also VC3 and also NBC's Facebook page, we thank you for sharing across those pages as well. We can't forget our sponsors, Lennox, National Lotteries Authority, CK Graves and Company.
Mama told me, Mama told me, son, you want to work hard for what you want to become. So from year to year, I've been putting in work, I never give it up. So mommy, thank you for what you showed me. Now I'm making my own way, everything going okay. Actually, I do winning technically. Tell me haters, them I don't care. I'm very strong mentally, yeah. So I say turn up the speakers, turn on the light, and give me a mic. I want to tell everybody how this music, it changed my life. Glory to be soca. I say thank you. Each and every time you have my back when no one else know. Soca. I say thank you. Now take out all your rock and flag if you feeling the same too. Now take it and swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so. Glory to be so. I never thief or do just like others. I found a way to make an honest dollar. I know some of them do it undercover, but I'm determined and I'm going harder. Come let me show them. I say turn up the speakers, turn on the light, and give me a mic. I want to tell everybody how this music, it changed my life. Glory to be soca. I say thank you. Each and every time you have my back when no one else do. Soca. I say thank you. Now take out all your rock and flag if you feeling the same too. Now take it and swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so. Glory to be soca. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love. I want to tell the world what you did for me. If not for you, I wouldn't be here today. So turn up the speakers, turn on the light, and give me a mic. I want to tell everybody how this music, it changed my life. Glory to be soca. I say thank you. Each and every time you have my back when no one else do. Soca. I say thank you. Now take out all your rock and flag if you feeling the same too. Now take it and swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so wave it over there, swing it over so. Glory to be soca. I say thank you. Each and every time you have my back when